Dr. King said this in 56. The misuse of capitalism can lead to tragic exploitation. This has often happened in your nation. They tell me that 1/10 of 1% of the population controls more than 40% of the wealth. That the 1% rules over the 99%. And then he says, in 56, 7 years before the March on Washington, "Oh, America, how often have you taken necessity from the masses to give luxuries to the classes? If you are to be truly a Christian nation, you must solve this problem." And then 50 years ago, when he was in jail in Birmingham, and white clergy and others, even his own denomination that put him out, by the way, black clergy. Everybody claims the prophet when he's dead. The Bible says that we love the tomb of the prophets. We don't like living prophets. But he was in jail and they were questioning him. He says, "I'm in Birmingham because injustice is here. I'm not afraid of being an extremist because we must respond to the Macedonian call." Talking about moral critique, a political economist from the University of Maryland in the early 2000s says, "In America, what we are experiencing now is a process of slow decay punctuated by recurring economic crisis, one in which reforms achieve sporadic gain, but the long-term trends of growing inequality, economic dislocation, failing democratic accountability, deepening poverty, ecological degradation, greater invasions of liberty, and growing imprisonment, especially among minorities, continues to slowly and quietly change the belief in the capacities and moral integrity of the overall systems and its governing elite." So you can't really critique modern or any kind of public policy in America without a moral critique. MIT professor at MIT, where people think they don't ever talk about moral things. And yet what does Otto Schwammer say, the economist up there? "We suffer from attention violence toward poverty and the poor. We are in a moral crisis, political and economic. In fact, we've been talking about this whole economic crisis wrong. The fact of the matter is we've had a silent depression that has caught up with us. There is," listen to Otto Schwammer at MIT, "there is a blind spot in America's economic theory today. It's called consciousness. Our refusal to have an economic agenda and theory that looks and sees that we are all integrated and that we really do need each other. And therefore, we continue to commit attention violence against the poor."